So obviously we're going to tease out some global choices as well as look at the locals, and we often talk about this big company first. So let's start with Starbucks. So here we have a company which is the global leader in terms of coffee stores, and it has its biggest base, of course, in the United States of America, but it's very big in Europe and very big in China too. Coffee and all the convenience foods, but coffee, of course, is like a small premium luxury purchase for many people, and so they can sell these specific drinks that are priced at a very good margin and are very, very popular, and there's no specific health downside as well, it seems. Market capitalization, it's listed, of course, in America, $89.06 billion. Price earnings ratio high, 36.92, dividend yield of only 1.33%. Very strong in its home market, coming here to South Africa.
Yes, so waiting for the first store to open. It's imminent.
So it's going to be Rosebank, I think, and then the new Mall of Africa in Midrand.
Yeah, and it will be before the end of the first half of this year. We'll talk about Taste, who've got that master license for the Africa region. But really a leader in its field, one of the big players, global, massive international store base. Good expansion opportunity outside of the US. So quite well represented in the US, maybe reaching saturation, you could say. But China, very strong growth market. And India, of course, there's also opportunity to grow in India. And coffee is universal. It's consumed across the world, not that much health issues.
It's almost as though people have stopped drinking fizzy drinks and sugary drinks and colas generally and are starting to migrate towards coffee because it has no obvious health related problems, and it also gives you a bit of a pickup.
Yes. So in moderation, it's meant to be actually potentially good for you. So it doesn't have that downside. And of course, they get feet in the door from coffee, and then they sell other things around it. Quite a lot of food
and they've
stuff.
expanded in that area as well. So it started out as just being snack bars and so on, but now it's all the toasted sandwiches and all the other bits and pieces. And again, with an emphasis on healthy.
Yes.
Okay, online mobile ordering is a big issue. Just tell us about that. That's where people use their smartphone when they're on their way to the store.
Yes, so they become a pioneer in this digital ordering, and what you do is exactly you order before you get there,
and your credit card details are in the app, so that all just goes off the back.
And what they're looking for is actually increased turnover and throughput through their stores, which seems to be working,
because then they can have baristas that don't actually even interact with the company, with the public at all they're doing is they're just kind of
fulfilling
as it comes out the bottom end. Okay, so that's the one thing. The other thing is the issue of the Chinese market, because we know that that's a big market for them. As I visited China, the Starbucks there are fantastic. They're very well run. There's 1.3 billion people. There's a great deal of urbanization happening. There must be almost an infinite number of new store locations they could roll out there.
Yes, execution is always difficult in China, but if you can get that right, which I think they've got a very good operating model. They've successfully done it around the world, and there's no reason why they can't do it in China. As you say, already seem to be able to do it. So a huge opportunity. And India, of course, may be similar to China.
And a very powerful brand. Let's look at the share chart. So if you've owned this one in the last 5 years, then you like them a lot. They've done a couple of share splits. So if that price looks like $60 or thereabouts, that's where they've been for a while. I think it's a stock that people ought to own in an international portfolio. Why not? It's one of the dominant global brands. It's got enormous runway ahead of it. It's got a fabulous CEO. It's got all the required details, and you can support them in your own home market.
Yes, there are even rumors that the CEO will one day run for president. He's that highly regarded. A bit of trivia: the company got its name from the first mate from Moby Dick.
Yes,
who was apparently named Starbuck. So that's where the name comes from.
And that's where the mermaid thing comes. These are very visible, and this is why the brands work so well, is people can roll them out into new markets. I'll tell you that I think the new ones here in South Africa are going to be very successful.
Yes.
People love the associated brand affinity that comes from being part of a global trend.
Yeah,
so
it's got that cachet, yes.
Excellent. So we're hot on this one?
Yes, hot on this one.
Okay, good.